Welcome, everybody. This is Kathy with Premier Marketing, your life marketer here. We're continuing our business segment with Cincinnati Life. And on the phone with me, I have Josh Peterson. Hello, how are you doing today?
Good, Kathy. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. We run into a lot of people calling in, a lot of agents will call in and say, do you do key man? Do you do buy sell? Any opportunities for this? And they're kind of confused. So I'm glad that you're looking over and kind of going to talk about business life, business opportunities here. So I'm just going to let you take it away.
Sure. Thanks, Kathy. And again, thank you, Premier, for the opportunity to get some information out for everybody on this. It is kind of a segment that I do work quite a bit in our advanced markets kind of case. And it's also something that Cincinnati Life really prides themselves on. Again, Cincinnati being a big P&C operation, doing a lot of P&C insurance. We have to be able to protect those business accounts. Those P&C agents go out and handle the brick and mortar and make sure all that's taken care of, and they've got their building covered and roofs and machinery and equipment and everything. But we also have to ensure that the business itself is protected against the risk of one of the owners or key people dying prematurely. Our products really have always been designed for this and how it works. So we do have a lot of success with it and what we're able to do. First off, we'll kind of talk, business life in general. The way we look at Cincinnati is we want to ask three questions. So you ever get that meeting with a business owner, we have three questions we always want to ask. And those three questions, number one, have you identified a way to exit your business? So whether that's selling out to a partner, spouse, kid takeover, somebody completely different, whichever. Number one, have you identified a way to exit the business? Number two, do you have any key people that you cannot live without? Number three, do you offer quality life insurance to your employees that is theirs that they own? So if we can handle those three questions, number one is obviously we're going to be talking about buy sell planning, right? Number two, we're going to be talking about key person. Number three is our worksite line. I don't like to get into the jargon of a lot of the things. I do have a lot of people ask me, hey, do you guys have buy sell policies? Or do you have key person policies? Can you guys do cross purchase? What's the difference between stock redemption, entity redemption, and things like that? We don't need to get into that. We'll figure that out kind of as we go, what fits best. We really want to talk about, hey, if something were to happen to you next week, what do you want to have happen? What happens to the business? Tell me a little bit about that. How do you see it happening? That's where we really get started. So for buy sell planning, it may turn into a cross purchase. It may be an entity redemption. It may be stock redemption. We'll figure that out with the business owner. I want to make sure that whatever happens, the plan goes the way it's supposed to go. When you're talking buy sell planning, yes, we are going to need to know, the ownership of the business. We have to deal with ownership percentages, the value of the business, who it's going to get sold to, things of that nature. We just want to make sure everything is clean when that transfer has to happen. Hopefully it happens while you're still alive, right, as the business owner. Unfortunately, that's not the world we live in. These things happen. We're protecting against the risk. So if something does happen untimely, we want to make sure those wishes are done. It's handled, the business transfers effectively, the cash goes where it needs to go. Always, probably the number one thing that we see happen is people want to create this buy sell where their spouse gets the benefit, the money, because that's what they think. Well, hey, spouse gets the money from the life insurance, and the business partner, whoever's taking over, they get the shares. Well, it doesn't work like that. The spouse will actually get the shares, and whoever's going to buy it out gets the money to make that purchase happen. There has to be a transaction there, and there's going to be a taxable event that happens, and that's fine. That's how it's always going to happen. There's no way to get around that, to kind of have the cake and eat it too. But that's probably the number one setup that happens, that people try to make happen. And we have had instances where the spouse got the insurance money, also got the shares, and it's like, no, the insurance money's mine. You need to come out with something else and figure out a way to pay me. We also hear a lot, well, we'll just go to the bank, we'll get a loan, we'll handle whatever. banks don't really enjoy loaning money out to a company that the owner just passed away. A key person just disappears, gone now. The business isn't worth what it was because this person's gone. There's key things there that are happening. So that's why it's so important to do this. Number two, key people. That's probably the one that we write the absolute most of, doing key person insurance. This is one where you can get kind of, it can be term, if that's what they want to do. We can do more benefit rich plans where there's a value to the insurance, and you can get into that 162 bonus type of stuff or double bonus where it's a permanent policy and it has cash. And, if this key person stays with them for a 10 or 20-year time period, that the value of those policies can get transferred to them. So it's actually a benefit. Us as the company, we have protection. If something happens to them, we can replace them. We can pay for a headhunter. We can go compete in the open market to be able to make some salary. The business can survive while we're replacing this person because they're bringing in a lot of money to the company, and with them gone, it's going to hurt. That's what that money is really used for. Now, how we design it and what product it gets into, that's down the road, and that's what we're here to help with. Again, I can't spend their money for them. I can show them plans, I can show them benefits, I can explain things, but they need to be the ones to choose and what to do there. And then lastly, is the worksite stuff. We have done a webinar on that for everybody. But if we're taking care of Mr. Business Owner, we're taking care of the key people. We want to take care of everybody in that business. Unfortunately, most employees aren't getting, nobody's knocking on doors anymore, driving around trying to sell insurance. Your potential clients from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, are at a business. So that's how you need to get and address them, whatever needs may be. It's just arrows in the quiver, right? We've got guaranteed issue for them, simplified issue. You can sell them regular insurance if they need $1 million in coverage, whatever it may be. It just gives you a way that we are fully protecting this business from the ownership risk to key person risk and giving a benefit to the employees all at the same time. This is a fantastic drop off that we have for safeguarding the business, where it talks about all three of those things. But possibly one of my favorite questionnaires, because this is the next thing. People are really uncomfortable. If this isn't something you do every day, we have a lot of agents just like, oh, I don't want to ask the question because what if they ask me something I don't know? That's okay. That's what we're here for. Let us be the experts. Let us help you figure out what to do. Get us involved. I probably spend half of my time on phone calls with business owners discussing these things. But this is a really easy way to get it going. Getting the business name, number of owners, employees, and it's kind of fill out whatever they can. Some people know it, some people don't, and that's fine. But any information starts to help us get in the right direction. Type of business, how they're taxed, do they have any family members, ownership transitions, things of that nature are all in here. My absolute favorite, though, is this question box, because they will tell you what they want to go with. So, key people. If a key employee dies, will the business suffer financially? If yes, please name the employees in the notes section. Is this a need or is it not? And how important is it? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Business exception. Again, have steps when identified to transfer the business to others at a fair price, yes or no? How important is that to you? Executive comp, we can do things like that as the owner, create a strategy to recruit, reward, and retain key employees. That's a really big thing in today's world. If you guys, haven't messed around in the business a lot, lot of headhunting is going on for your good employees, and it's really hard to get new ones in. There's hiring struggles that are out there. There's talent struggles that are out there. So being able to keep the good people you have is becoming much and more difficult. And getting people to come into work and just even get jobs and to have benefits. That's what they're all looking for. So there's the Worksite Life. They offer portable, individual, and life insurance for themselves and the families as part of the benefits package. Yes or no? Rank me 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then let's start with number 1. Okay, whether that maybe they do have their buy-sell handled. They have a buy-sell agreement in place. They may have it funded. Maybe not. That's an even bigger thing if they have a buy-sell written up and it's signed, but they don't have a way of funding it through life insurance. The value of the business is huge. COVID, a lot of businesses, their values really went up and they've never addressed their insurance that's been in place for that. So originally it might have been worth maybe $2 million. Now the business is worth five, six, seven. Not just COVID, but just time growth. And if you're never being addressed, that's why it's a great question to start with. When was the last time was your buy sell was reviewed? Not only the legal document that says how much it's worth and how much it's going to get paid out, but also the insurance that tags with it. Again, key employees are huge to be able to do that, and we'll get into kind of whatever we need to do there. But just starting with those three basic questions, whether you use kind of the way that I say it or that Cincinnati looks at it of, question number one, have you identified a way to transfer out of this business, whether when you retire, sell, whatever? Do you have any key employees you can't live without? And do you offer quality life insurance to your employees that's at no cost to you? If you can start with those three questions, this questionnaire here dives down just a little bit deeper. And we start off with this and then we go. And again, that's to us, if it's business succession's number one, then we're going to start. We're going to figure out, if they have a business valuation. If they don't, Cincinnati Life, we have a program that can help do that. We can figure out the ownership structure, the ownership percentage, who's it going to get sold to. Let us help in that if you want us to. More than happy to do it. Key people, that's usually like a 10 times income type of thing, how much they bring into the company, what's that person's value there. And then obviously we can do executive comp inside of those plans. We have insurance policies that can do things like that. And then worksite life, going inside of there. If we can offer it, take a look at the webinar that explains a little bit more in there if you're not familiar with it. Voluntary life program, individually owned policies, way better than group term that's in there for something to help. So every single business that you guys work with, you should be talking about this. It's not rocket science. It's not hard. Don't be scared to get into it. There can be, it can definitely get into the weeds a little bit. There can be some complex structures, but let us work with you through that. We need you guys out there to have those conversations with the business owners. You may or may not be shocked at the amount of business owners, even in the insurance world, insurance agency owners, because that's really what we work with. We want to go at those first. The amount of insurance agency owners that haven't addressed these issues is mind-boggling, and they work with it every day. They just get too busy with it. They're too busy working their jobs, handling what the business has to do, that a lot of times this gets put on the back burner. Bring up conversation as much as you can until we start getting it handled, and then we get to review it every year. So again, that we absolutely love this stuff. It's really kind of our bread and butter of what we do at Cincinnati Life. We do not make it hard. We have great financial underwriting assistance to help. We've got a great team of people to help, and really just encourage as many times as you can. If you know business owners, if you work with business owners, please, please, please have these conversations. Not only is it great to get insurance and a great way to sell some stuff, it's absolutely needed to protect that business of that client of yours that they have it. So Kathy, if you have any questions, anything like that.
Thank you for going over that information. That is a lot of powerful information we're talking about. If anyone's got any questions about working with businesses, please reach out to Premier. We can get you in touch with Cincinnati Life and have Joshua help you, or anyone there to help you go through these concepts. Agents call in all the time and they ask us straight out, it's like, what's the difference between a key man buy sell policy versus any other policy? And it's not a policy. It's you're using basic term or different life insurance plans to focus on those avenues. But there's a lot of good details. And if you're beginning working with businesses, reach out to us. We're here to help you and make sure that you're using the right carrier, make sure you're using the right product for your clients, and making sure that you're ready to go. So you have the information, the details that you need before you even go present, or even after you present to your clients. The phone number to reach us, if you don't know it, it's 800-365-8208. Team extension is 607. That way you'll get myself, Kelly, or Paige. Any of us can help you with that. Joshua, how can they get a hold of you if they want to reach out to you personally?
Sure. If they want some information or anything, or just want to reach out, my email is Josh, Josh _ Peterson, Petersen, at Cinfin, CINFIN.com. Or you can reach me. My cell's 319-269-6174.
Thank you for doing this. I very much appreciate it for you being able to come on here and do this for us today. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.